Hey everybody, welcome back here to my channel, and today I'm going to be showing you the tips and tricks on how to make a boomerang coaster. Now this was actually an idea from Dan Amberley over on Discord and on Reddit. He came up with this idea and solution, and he's not on Steam or anything, so he asked me if I could actually show you the process, and then I'm going to share some of his blueprints as well with you onto the Steam Workshop, and also I'm going to show you what I came up with as a boomerang concept. So I'm just going to talk you through each step you need to do to create a boomerang. Obviously, as you know, from Roller Coaster Tycoon, you could build backwards and you could do a shuttle mode and also have a reverse chain lift. Those things are not possible in Parkitect. If you played the game already, then you will know that. So I'm going to show you some workarounds on how to create a boomerang style coaster. Now what you want to do is you want to take any coaster type and make sure you have the Coaster Anarchy mod installed. You want to take the station and you're going to need to build from the top of the reverse spike. So you're going to take this up, and I suggest you do it rather high, and then you can then alter that at the end depending on the speed of your coaster, etc. So I'm just going to basically start off with small pieces like this, and then as you get to the bottom, you're going to want to add a piece of chain lift. This for some reason gives the coaster like a kick on the way up, so it actually does go up a little bit higher so that it makes sure the train actually returns back to the station again. There we go. So I'm just going to add the chain onto the curve there like that. Then we're going to go and do the layout of the coaster. So now we're obviously going forwards. The only downside to this method is that the coaster, the train, is actually facing the wrong way. Obviously on a boomerang coaster, the car would be pulled up backwards and then released forwards, like on a classic Vekoma boomerang. But unfortunately on this method, the train's actually facing forwards, and so because of that, the train's facing the wrong direction. Maybe in the future there'll be an option to actually rotate the train and which direction it faces, etc. So anyway, I'm just going to do like a real quick basic kind of layout. I'm going to do airtime hill, a loop. I'm not going to do any twists and turns right now. I just want to make this really simple for you to be able to see exactly what I'm doing. So I'm then going to add in the Brakerun now. So we've done the layout, we've got airtime hill, a loop, and now I'm going to go in and add a Brakerun. So let's quickly do that. So we're going to do a couple pieces like this. Fab. Then we're going to add the station. So although we already have a piece of station here at the top, this will be deleted. And actually this will be the main station for the coaster. So we're going to add in maybe like 5 or 6 tiles long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do that. That's perfect. Now you're going to do the actual spike that the coaster will be pulled up. So to do that, you're going to need to use the LSM feature, and you're going to want to basically take the track up like this, add the LSM. You can do whatever steepness or whatever you like. I'm just doing it vertical today just to show you. And you want to set the target velocity to 5. It ensures that you actually get a very slow incline. So what you want to do is you want to do the kind of the lift, and then you want to turn the LSM off and have the remaining piece of track just slightly longer than your train. Right now I have one car, but you want to make it longer than the train. That way you know that it's not going to go off the end. So let's quickly do that. And then again, you want to add some just small pieces on the end, just in case you need to make it longer or shorter at the end. So if I go back to this side, I'm just going to delete this section here because we don't want that. And we're going to want to get rid of this piece as well. And there we should have a working boomerang. So I just had to edit this ever so slightly. The lift on this side was too tall and the train actually went off the end on the other side. So I've just edited that, made it shorter. Hopefully this time it makes it through without going off the end of the track. This method of building is trial and error. You are going to go back and forward with changing little bits and the little heights and things of the spikes. But you know, that is expected with doing this kind of coaster. But so far it's working really fine. Hopefully we don't go off the track at this end. Perfect. Now we're going back the other way. Hopefully it makes it through the loop. And then into the brakes. There we go, and there is a working boomerang. Obviously the train is facing the wrong direction, like I said, but that is perfect. So now all we need to do is with this is delete some of the sections of track on this end, just because it is a little bit too tall. And I think we could make that maybe just a little bit shorter, maybe like that. That should be fine. I do recommend making your spikes extra long in the beginning so that you can go and edit them back. If you make this one at the very beginning too short, you're gonna get real stuck if it doesn't make it, and you're gonna wanna have to start again, unfortunately, which is what happened to me on the big build that I did, which I'll get onto just in a second. But yeah, that is the method for building a boomerang style coaster. And like I said, you can use this for any style coaster or anything. You can do family boomerangs, thrill boomerangs. You can even recreate the Vekoma boomerangs, which I'll get onto in a minute when I open up the file that Dan sent me. So there we go. I hope that helps you. And let's take you into what I did with this method. So here's what I came up with in the map that Dan sent me. He left me a little space to actually play around with, and he wanted me to build a Intamin style Blitz coaster, but in the style of a boomerang. So I called it Boomerang Blitz, which was actually his idea. And as you can see, here's the kind of coaster layout that I came up with. So we have the big spike over this side. We've got this really cool twisty layout. We've got some airtime hills. We've got a 0G stall here, pop of airtime, another pop of airtime there, a nice corkscrew, and then into the reverse spike. I've gone ahead there and added a little bit of theming and added some custom supports as well. This was built using exactly the same method as I just showed you. I just made the layout a bit more complicated and more interesting to look at. So here we go, off the train goes around the circuit into that 0G stall there in the middle. I feel like you do need to make the coaster quite fast for it to actually make it on the reverse journey. But again, that little chain that you add at the bottom definitely gives it a little kick, just so it can really make the return. So there we go, making the return journey now. Through the same circuit again, and then obviously it hits the brakes and it will stop into the station. So that's kind of what I came up with. I'm just going to show you in some more detail what I did. I kind of went for like a mining sort of theme. I didn't want a too big a theme because he said that he wanted like a Six Flags Cedar Fair style type of ride where, you know, there's not that much theming. But he said he was inspired by Carowinds, that kind of thing. So thinking of Carowinds, I obviously thought of Copperhead Strike, which is a Mack launch coaster. And I came up with this, which basically was kind of influenced by that coaster, but it definitely has like a nice little theme going on, but not too much. Has that kind of Cedar Fair style going on. Here's a nice little entrance here that I built as well, and yeah, I think it turned out really, really cool. I think Dan was happy with it, so he just needs to finish the rest of the park now that I built this in for him. So Dan went ahead and actually recreated a standard Vekoma boomerang. He did a really, really great job using the method that I showed you at the beginning. Piece for piece, this is exactly the same thing with all the little tips and tricks and things that I showed you with the LSMs, etc. This works perfect, just like a real Vekoma boomerang. It does actually go through the circuit with the train facing the wrong direction, like I've said before, but that doesn't bother me too much. It doesn't bother you as well. You can kind of see past that. It is great. He used track edit mod actually to get the track to look like that. You can't actually do that in the game without that mod, but that looks just like the real thing, and the support work is spot on as well. Dan is not on Steam, so what I'm going to do for him, as he asked, is actually save this view as a blueprint with the supports and pop that on the workshop just so you guys can download it and place this into your parks. But thanks for watching. I hope this helps you with building boomerangs and gives you more kind of options of what you can do with coasters in your parks. So if you haven't subscribed to me already, click that subscribe button, give me a like if you've enjoyed today's video, and I will see you all next time for another episode. Bye!